Would you lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance, please?
Oh, I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Bobby, do you mind leading us in an invocation, please?
Sure. Bow your head. Dear Heavenly Father, we give you thanks for this day and every day. We ask that you be with us this weekend as we have our major fundraiser. And be with us all. Amen.
Thank you, Bob. Welcome to First Flight Rotary, everybody. Good to see Matt Spencer. Matt, great to see you.
Thank you. Yes.
Always a pleasure. Bobby Gentry, good to see you. We've got a few guests today. We have a guest Rotarian, David Neal, president of North Banks Rotary Club. Good to see you again, David.
Yeah.
Ben Van Horn is here again. He's no longer a guest because he is now truly a First Flight Rotarian. So you don't have to sign on in the get sheet anymore. So no, welcome.
We'll get you branded as soon as our fundraiser is over and things went. Oh, cool. That's why he's going to be out of town.
And I'd like to welcome Dave Vanaski. Dave, would you stand up for a sec? Dave is a prospect for First Flight Rotary. We love our guests, we love our visitors, we love our prospects. Welcome, Dave. You want to tell us a little bit about yourself real quick?
Yeah, thanks. So as I said, David Vanaski, I live down in South Nagshead. We're looking to retire, my wife and I, down there, probably start at the beginning of next year. And had a great chance to meet with Stan yesterday over a cup of coffee. Heard a lot about the club. Seems like a great organization. I'm here today for a free lunch and to meet a few more folks and hopefully get a chance to help out with this weekend's fundraiser, and then maybe we'll see if our interests align and I can become a member. So
Cool.
yeah, good stuff. Nice to meet you.
Welcome, David. Thank you. You're welcome anytime. Glad you're coming on Saturday. Probably one of the best things about Rotary is, yeah, you've had your meeting with Stan.
It wasn't, and he came back.
But also
Did you bring alcohol when he came back?
you're going to see exactly what Rotary is about on Saturday. You're going to see a group of people coming together. And what's great about the Outer Ring is it's not just one club, it's 4 clubs. And you're going to see us working together. But it's a matter of finding that club that's the right fit for you. So we're going to have a lot of fun on Saturday. That'll be good to see you. All right, lovely. Thank you. Stan, I know we've got district conference this weekend. You got anything to say? You just put a bunch of food in your mouth. I'll
Yep.
do it.
Always take small bites.
Good timing.
Because you may be asked to speak at any moment. Didn't work for me when I was a kid. Anyway. Yeah, district conference is this weekend. I know not many of you are going because we got a lot of work to do this weekend. But you ought to get the opportunity because there's going to be some out-of-town speakers come in, and they're good Rotarians that have some good backgrounds, and they got a story to tell. And anybody that's ever been to a district conference or any kind of conference where you have guest speakers, it's a highlight to listen to those people and their experiences, and it adds to your life as a whole. So this is a chance to do it. There won't be another conference until 2025 because it's switching back to a spring mode, and the next conference will be in New Bern. If you want to go to an international conference, the next international conference is in June in Singapore. And Singapore is really getting geared up. They're expecting about 25 to 35,000 Rotarians showing up in Singapore. So, there's always something to do in Rotary. You don't always have to use your wallet, but yeah, pretty much. Thanks, guys.
Thank you, Stan. Some announcements real quick. We do have Ruthie's Kitchen coming up on November 7th. I hope we run out of pork on Saturday. If we don't, we're going to use the leftovers to go ahead and have a Ruthie's Kitchen project where we feed the folks in the community who need a little bit of help getting along in that regard. So we'll have more on that, after Oink and Oyster. The Dare to Care Heart Health, training continues. Diane, you said there's three this month coming up?
We have three, one on the 9th at COA. There's one at, on the 9th, wait, no, gee. On the 19th, that's a reschedule from, September. And then that's a COA, and then there's one on, at the Bomb Center on the 23rd.
And I know several of you have signed up for the October 9th, which is next Monday. I believe FIrst has signed up, thank you. Diane, you signed up, I believe. For Monday.
Sure.
You signed up for Monday, is that correct?
I signed up for this Monday and the 23rd.
Right. Stan usually attends if he's got the time, so if anybody would like to, sorry,
First is signed up, first and Debbie signed up as well. Thank you.
if anybody would like to.
For patients.
All right. Oh, yeah, that's right, you're the patient.
We're getting our screening.
So if they pass the screening, they will volunteer.
So if anybody would like to join in and volunteer on Monday the 9th, you can contact Sandy Martin. I believe it's sandyobx1@gmail.com, or just email me and I'll send you her email address. Given the fact that Dare to Care has taken off the way it has, you really need to be cognizant of when these screenings are actually taking place. They're going to start happening more often, and if we can go ahead and pull some more volunteer support, I'm sure they'd appreciate it. It allows us to help the community even further. It's been a great project thus far. With the support they've received from the community, it's going to get bigger and bigger. So hopefully, we'll get more members involved in volunteering for that. With David Neal being here today, I'm going to ask David to come up and talk a little bit about his North Banks Lobster Fest, which is coming up in November. David?
Thank you, John. We have two fundraisers, a 5K run in Nags Head in May, and we do an annual Lobster Fest in November 17th this year, just before Thanksgiving every year. It's very successful and very popular, and I'm hoping that you guys will help us sell some tickets. I don't have any now because I wouldn't dare interrupt what's going to happen this week. But we'll get some tickets to you if you could help sell some tickets. It's very popular. They offer, it's at shipwrecks this year on the bypass. And that was the first year last year for us to do it there. It was very successful. And I think it'll be successful this year. But tickets are $45, but it's a lobster dinner or a prime rib. You can have your choice. It's very popular and looking forward to it. And good luck with this weekend. You guys.
Absolutely, appreciate it. Is that a one-day event, David, or is it 3 days?
3 days.
It is 3 days.
Yes.
So
Thursday,
Friday,
Friday,
Saturday,
Saturday.
Sunday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday?
Thursday, Friday, and Saturday.
That's amazing.
3 days.
Is it to go or is it to eat things?
Yes,
It's to go.
both,
Okay, both. okay.
both. Drive
said
through. They have a really good system where you drive through and take it with you or dine in.
So what are the dates of it?
17th.
The weekend of the 17th.
Weekend 17th, I guess. If you have a calendar. Has anybody ever been to our Lobster Fest? How was it?
It was great.
Yeah. Dan said it was great.
Yeah, you know,
Thank
and
you,
I'm obviously a discerning client. Lori, every meeting now.
Weren't you trying to make our last week's meeting?
Yeah.
Yeah. This is good. David, thank you. Reminder, I mean, with the club merger hopefully happening here around the first of the year, there's nothing keeping us from going ahead and helping these guys out with Lobster Fest. I know a couple of your members said they may show up on Saturday to give a hand. I think John Finley said he might be there, and a couple of the other folks. So nothing says that we can't help volunteer for their events, whether it be the 5K or whether it be the Lobster Fest.
Right.
And hopefully by January 1, we'll have a merged club and we can pull all these fundraisers together and keep them going. Yeah. Let's see, 50/50. Thank you, Lori, for getting out tickets. Anybody need tickets to see Lori?
No, it's a big pot today.
It is, what is it?
107.
107, great. So we've got the pot stands at 610.50 with 40 cards remaining. So thank you, Lord, for getting those squared away. Let's see. Let's move on to our club assembly, basically. You know, we've got open Oyster, but before we get to that, really want to talk about the prospect of a different fundraiser. Not that we're getting rid of Oink and Oyster. That's not. Go ahead.
Can I add something? Because I was gonna bring it up for fundraising.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Stand
when
up, stand up.
stand up. All right, so when I was When I was in New York, this summer in the Finger Lakes, I went to a concert. It was a music concert. And right when you walked in, there was the Rotary Club and they were renting chairs for $8 a piece. And there was a little thing about the Rotary and had Rotary on there. And so you didn't have to carry your chairs all the way through all the parking lots. You could leave them. I mean, if you wanted to, you could return them right there, but they would pick them up. And I was just thinking that that would be a way to do fundraising without arranging the fundraisers, because you know how much work goes into arranging, then other people would do that work. And you would just, number one, promote Rotary, and it could be a reoccurring, you know, for at the event center, at Festival Park, anywhere where there's lawn outside stuff.
We could tie in with music.
That's what I'm talking about, like Brad and
Yes.
Rebecca, and that way people could be like, oh, I don't wanna bring my chair, because half the time I end up in front, and I gotta keep track of it, they don't have to.
Yeah.
And I was thinking 10 is reasonable to me.
Yeah.
So anyway, so I thought that that was a really interesting, I took pictures of it and I just never got a chance to share it, but, anyway, so that was, I mean, I was gonna bring it up today anyway, so it just seemed like a good time.
Who provides the chair?
It must be Rotary, so you would have to, we would have to invest in chairs and, you know, like lawn chairs. So you kind of have to make the decision, do you wanna go nice? Or do you wanna kind of go cheap and replace them as you need to?
We could also, partner with some of the
Oh, yeah.
businesses
Wedding
on the,
venues.
or the business on the beach that do the cabana setups or whatever,
Mhm.
or ocean rentals, or.
Yeah.
Could be
Christian
partner-
House.
Or
Club.
anyway, I just thought it was a really interesting idea and it took a lot of the work. I mean, obviously there's work in transporting and having volunteers, but you wouldn't have to do the you know, the actual setup.
Interesting.
Just a secondary thought on that one. As we merge in a few months, one of the owners of Ocean Atlantic Rentals is in North Bank.
Right.
So
Okay.
That is so cool.
it might be that we rent for a fee from them and upcharge it, and that way, because I think with chairs and storage is the topic.
Yeah.
So
Well, that's
they already have them. You know,
Okay, yeah, it was just, I just thought it was a neat idea.
I was thinking that for you, man.
Most of
Yeah.
the venues too. I mean, that's at night, away from day weddings when, you know, people would, anyway.
Yeah.
Great
Awesome.
idea.
And since Karen started this, I'm gonna backtrack just a little bit to talk about committees. See how easy that was?
Yes, look at.
See how easy that was, guys?
She's the committee chair.
Well, so that's it. We talked about forming a committee last week, being the fundraising committee. Look, it just takes one idea and then you get 3 or 4 more other people. So this is where we're gonna be talking about in the next several weeks, go ahead and forming at least a public image committee and a fundraising committee. It's that easy, guys. It's just a couple ideas. And now back to my fundraising idea, Eli, Laura and I spoke about this. I'd like to see us for the spring, do a bowling tournament or a bowling competition. 1, we got a bowling alley right here. 2, it's weatherproof. We don't have to worry about nor'easter. We don't have to worry about a hurricane. 3, concessions are sold on site. They've got beer, they've got food. Sponsorships for lanes. They've got 50 lanes, $200 per lane for a sponsorship, name lane business. Just an idea. Again, once we get this fundraising committee set, these are things that we really need to run with. Yeah, it really does our club no good just to have one major fundraiser a year. We should at least have 2, because it allows us to do a lot more in the community, period. So don't be afraid of committees. If someone approaches you and asks you to be a part of a committee, it's not that much work if there's 3 or 4 people on the committee who communicate well together and can get some ideas going. And then we take it to the membership and you get even more ideas. So don't be afraid if you get asked to be on a committee. You're not doing it by yourself. So. Any other thoughts on fundraising before we get on to Oink and Oyster, the real fundraiser for this week?
I got another fundraiser idea. You know, the new Jolly Roger is being built and that's 6,000 square feet. That's gonna hold a lot of people. And you can always do music bingo and you buy your bingo cards and it could be a big 1 or 2 night or a month-long thing and we could raise money because we don't sell our bingo cards right now. Or we could, and people would love it. And we've got concessions and alcohol. And I mean, it'd be a great tie-in.
I have a good friend that does music.
Yes, and I'll post it for you.
Oh, you have, okay.
Yeah, well, we do music bingo every Tuesday night, and it's almost packed out every Tuesday night. I mean, we're not even advertising it, except last night it wasn't that busy. But We could do that too. And yeah, have a bingo party.
Back up. Barbara, I don't think we've turned off enough volunteer sheets or who can sign up. It's great to see such a large crowd, so I'm just gonna start rolling through this. Tomorrow, it all starts, basically. So tomorrow, we're gonna start road prep. If anybody's available tomorrow around 2 or 3 o'clock to set road signs, we've got all the signs available. We've got the Oink and Oyster signs. We've got our FIrst Flight Club signs. We're gonna get those set at the road. It's something that, we really should get out tomorrow. So that will definitely get done. If you're available tomorrow afternoon, let me know. Eli is gonna be picking up the smoker. Thank you so much, Eli. Get to sit and talk to Mr. Vic for an hour and a half at least.
Minimum.
You're gonna bring the tent by tomorrow?
You can, once the big tent's set,
It's up.
It's
it's up
up,
already?
yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Had some Tuesday. All right, well, that's a good thing. Yeah, you can drop off anything inside the tent, you know, but again, we need coolers, we need clean coolers. We need clean coolers.
I got some here one. Pull that, I mean, I'll,
Big
so
coolers.
not yet,
So big coolers, we're looking for pop-up tents. Weather looks pretty good. I mean, they're calling for about 30% chance of showers.
Not now.
early in the
Is
morning.
it?
yep.
Not now.
Okay,
Really?
all right, there you go. Weather's gonna be great.
That's
Yeah,
what
where
I
is it again?
was.
So, and the weather's gonna be good. I mean, look, and we've had years where it's been pretty bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nor'easters and
Right,
hurricanes.
yeah.
But no, weather, that sounds good. Thanks for the update, meteorologist, Diane Denny.
Oh, yes.
Meteorologist.
Hey, I can predict as well as they can.
Friday evening, again, the plan is to have the whole tent set by Friday evening around 5, at least 6:30, 7 o'clock. So on Friday evening, it's gonna be site prep, table and chairs set up. We're most likely gonna have some member provided beer. We're gonna be ordering pizzas on Friday night. It's just basically work, get things done. The cooker is gonna be cleaned and ready to go. We'll have a pork cooking by 6 o'clock. The pit crew, as we call them, they'll be there all evening. Jay is most likely gonna be starting off the evening between 7 and 10. I might give Eli, if he's available, from 10 to 12, however he feels. And I'll run the rest of the night watching the smokers. And all it is, if you want to stop by and catch us a break, you're just watching that temperature. You want the temperature to hold between 225 and 235. Basically, you know, whenever your alarms go off, you're gonna dial in that propane to back to 225. So yeah, it's gonna be an all-night smoke. And then on Saturday morning, I didn't even get a, Lori, I'm gonna take your sheet.
Was that?
You know, no, I've got it. So Saturday morning, we'd like to see, we've got to get ice picked up after 9 o'clock from Austin Seafood. So again, that's where someone or several people would come to the event site, pick up the coolers, go to Austin's, which is in Nag's Head, get the coolers back to us. In regards to volunteer duties, Dick, you're going to be a greeter, so you're going to be right inside the main tent, instructing folks, saying hello to all the kind folks who have agreed to join us on that day. Brandon, we're gonna have you also as a greeter doing ID check and wristbands. You cool with that? Yeah. I think it's a great way to get us out there and greet folks as they come in. Registration table, ticket, merchandise, card sales. Steve is not here, so Stephen Smith and Christy Cooper are going to be working on tickets, merchandise, and sales with card and cash. Raffle sales and door prize submissions, Barbara will be working on. So that's the whole registration table. Service line, I've got Tom and Ann Rust. Generally on the service line, what we've got is pork, coleslaw, hush puppies, and baked beans. We usually have 2 trays of pork, 1 tray of coleslaw, 1 tray of hush puppies. So 4 people will do the trick there. We'll also have high school students. There's going to be 30 high school students helping us out that day from FIrst Flight High School. So we're going to have the backup. We're going to have the runners if we need. If anybody needs help, just track down one of these high school kids and they'll certainly get it done.
Try to keep them busy. I know
Yeah,
kids
absolutely.
get overwhelmed easily.
Yep.
Simple, easy
Yep,
task.
easy task, and you know, we're going to have 1 runner for each station at the service. So that's the food line. Beverage station first, and Debbie is going to be working the beer station. You'll have a FIrst Flight High School student backing you guys up. Joy Schaefer and Bobby Schaefer are going to be doing soft drinks. What's that?
Kids can't be around here.
They can't be around it at all.
Well, they can, are they served?
They're not.
They can't serve.
Debbie first who are serving.
Okay.
If they need backup ice, anything like that.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So they're backup. They send far backs.
Can I get them to bring us an oyster to eat?
Exactly.
That's what I'm thinking. Yeah, bring us an
Yes,
oyster.
you can.
So yeah, we'll have high school students and runners probably at every station, whether it be food service, drink station. Bobby and Joy Schaefer on soft drinks, with the high school backup. The pit crew, Mike Moose Smith, he's gonna be there on Saturday. Be good to see him. Haven't seen him in a while. He's been busy up in Virginia. Matt, you usually work Port. Do you mind doing it again
Not
for
at
us?
all.
Love you up in Port Station. Eli, you're gonna be chopping some pork. And taste testing and all that stuff, so I'm sure of that. We'll have as many high school students as we need there for running. Hush Puppies, David Wagner and Colin, David Warner and Colin Wagner. Good to see them. David is a First Flight Rotarian who's been very busy. Colin used to be a First Flight Rotarian. So they'll be working with the Hush Puppies again this year. Oysters, Stan and Alex Adams. Alex is the owner and proprietor of Lighthouse Shoals Oysters, and that's who's providing our oysters this year. He's bringing in over between 2,500 and 2,700 oysters. He's going to be helping Stan steam. We've got three professional shuckers.
Might learn how to do it this year.
You what?
I said it might learn how to do it this year.
So shuckers, professional shuckers, Stephanie Adams, Robert and Julie Wagon, who are all employees, and Stephanie is Alex's wife. She's a professional shucker. Robert and Julie Wagon are also employees of Lighthouse Oysters. So they'll be shucking for us. We'll have a couple of high schoolers there because people like to see the high schoolers on the shucking games. Trash collection during the event will be handled by the high school students. Lori Park, you're not going to be there until around noon, right? All right. Okay. So we've got you at large. I'll be just roaming around wherever we need help. And Kearns, I'm probably going to have you at large if that's okay. But if you see something that needs getting taken care of, I'm sure you'll take care of it. Let's see, red aprons. You see, I've got my Oink and Oyster shirt on. Woohoo! Really good looking. They're going to be on sale at site. Everyone's going to be wearing a white apron, except for Stan, Barbara, myself, and Kearns, who will be wearing red aprons. If there is an executive decision or a decision that you can't make on your own, look for the red apron. We'll go ahead and make that call. Again, let's follow the four-way test.
Shoot them.
Yeah, no.
Oh, I'm sorry. Check them out.
So again, I
Oh,
mean,
Lord.
if you have a question from someone who's attending and you feel that you can answer that, in a decent manner, following the four-way test, that's fine. If you feel it's a little bit above what you're willing to make a decision on, look for a red apron, and we'll go ahead and make that call. Anyhow, how about some questions? I mean, a lot of this is really not going to get squared away. What? Barbara, did you say something?
No.
Okay.
Sorry.
A lot of this stuff is really, you're going to see how the layout. So most of us here have done this before. A lot of us are familiar with usually our typical setup. A lot of this comes together on Saturday morning when people see how tables are set up, how the serving line is arranged, where the oysters are being steamed, where they're being shucked. And really, guys, once we open those gates on Saturday morning, this thing will run itself. It's just, we just got to keep it clean. We got to keep it smooth. But yeah, once it gets going, that's all she wrote. And come 4 o'clock, kids are great with cleanup. So they'll all be there for us. 102.5 Star is going to have live feeds from 12 to 2, as well as live music. We'll be doing door prizes on the hour. Lori, I might get your help with that. And Moose as well. I'll see if I can get him to do that. Raffles, we have 2 really nice raffles. Again, thank you, Eli, for the raffle of the 13.5-foot kayak and 2 paddles. We also have Thank You Sea Ranch, a 3-day, 2-night getaway here at the hotel. So that those 2 items will be raffled off. And we've got some really decent door prizes too. So KDH Jeep is dropping off a Oink and Oyster Jeep on Friday. Special pricing. I don't know. Corey was Cody was
20% more.
Huh?
20% more.
Maybe 20% more, right?
Did you get his email on all
I
that?
did.
Okay.
Let's see, Kittle Hills Fire Department will be there. Chief Tally is actually going to be there. It'll be good to see him.
Oh, yeah.
The new chief of police for Kitty Hawk will be there. Under a tent. What's his name? Chief Halkovics. That's it. So he's a brand new Kitty Hawk police chief. So he's really excited to be involved. Who else?
You have shirts today?
Do not. But whatever we have left, we can sell. Why do you want one for For, the Alzheimer's one?
No, one for me.
You can get yourself one.
So just to get that day.
Yeah, pick it up that day, if you would.
Would like to wear it.
Good to have you. And returning to work shirt. No, you where you're on.
Oh, that's right, we need to work those.
So yeah, shirts, our shirts will be for sale. If you want to buy them the day of, I want to make sure I get right to you in just a second. If you want to buy them, I'd rather sell them to the attendees rather than sell them beforehand. I mean, make sure people have them if they want them. Aprons, we did, purchase aprons again this year. They're the short ones, not the butcher length, which I'm happy about. And Barbara made me get blue ones because the white ones get all greasy and you can't get the stains out of them. So that was Barbara's idea. Doug, go ahead.
Yeah, I had a couple people ask, and I don't see it on here. Is a drive-through pickup gonna be available?
Nope, not gonna be, not this year. The only time pork butts will be sold or chopped pork will be when the event is over and if there's anything left over. So we do have some clamshells for takeaway. We have some trays for takeaway. So yes, they'll be available if there's anything left. So if you let people know that, if somebody's looking to purchase. It's just a bit too much during the event to pack, especially, with the amount of people we're expecting this year. We're looking at a pretty good crowd this year, guys. On the financial side, I mean, in paid sponsorship and grant monies alone, we've taken in over $8,000. That's pretty amazing. Conference Rotarians were up to 40. They told me to expect maybe 5 to 10 more. We've got 22 online sales tickets, and that's not including what you guys have sold or allotted. We've got some giveaways on the radio station.
Tomorrow morning, yeah.
Yep. Tomorrow morning or Friday? Friday. That's all. But no, it's going to be a big turnout this year, guys. Bigger than we've seen probably since 2019. It's probably going to be bigger than 2019. So thanks to everybody who's pitched in and helped us get where we are today. And super stoked. Look, Saturday is all about having a good time. It's a lot of work leading up to this, but man, come Saturday, let's just do what we've got to do, have a good time, show everybody what Rotary is all about. Rotarians that are there, I think that's just going to add an extra 5 to the whole affair. Yeah, it's awesome. Any other questions?
As far as beer sale, credit, cash.
At your station is going to be cash.
Okay.
We're still trying to figure out, we've got beer cards, still trying to figure out how we're going to do credit card sales for Bill. It can be done. It's the logistics of it. Maybe you can give me a hand with that after the meeting. What's the best way to maybe go ahead and have people have the capability to buy tickets, as credit card sales. So no, your station is going to be cash only. But we've got 2 card readers, so we can work something out.
Can you do it with the QR code,
Well, probably only through Venmo, I think.
sir?
Through Venmo, maybe. I'm not sure exactly how that works. Explain, talk. QR code. What's in
They'll be your tickets?
We have a bunch of beer tickets.
Okay.
We have tons of
Okay.
It's QR code, you just put your phone at it,
Mhm.
and I believe it goes straight to,
The bank,
the bank.
go to the account.
Is that through PayPal or Venmo or?
Well, the QR codes are set up where.
All right. Let me look up that. Let me look into that, and if we can make that swing, if they can just scan the QR code and they can,
Yeah.
So they can scan it, John, or the phone, and the fans can have the account open on his, and as soon as their name comes across and he sees it, the money's there.
All right, let me look into that. First, I'll follow up with you on that. See how it's done, how complicated it is, and see if that's something we'll be willing to work on. Outside, we certainly can sell beer tickets. We have enough.
Yeah, it's a good.
So, Karen, thank you for taking care of soft drinks. They're gonna be dropped off, probably tomorrow or Friday. So, and,
I'll see if I can get a cooler when I stop by the pub. I know they have a pub festival this weekend, so I'm not sure. I can ask.
and I don't know, City Beverage said they possibly may have a very large drink cooler for us, so I don't know. I didn't hear anything from Miles on that, but we'll get it squared away. So if anybody has coolers, drop them off at the event site. Make sure you put your name on them somehow. And we'll make sure they get back to you after the event.
What about a well? I'm thinking we might have a well. It's like, you know what I mean? Like a little
That's exactly what.
black plastic, that you put ice in and. Okay.
Those things would be amazing.
Yeah.
So if any guys, from
Okay.
General fund. If you guys have anything we could borrow, certainly pick it up and get it squared away. Anything, anybody think that I haven't covered? Anybody have any questions?
Park,
Sorry?
where's everybody supposed to park?
Back behind the tent where we usually do. So when you come in on Saturday morning, just drive straight in between the tent and the Oyster steamers. Pull off to the left. We'll have it coned off for our parking. The secret is the post office, which closes at noon. That'll be overflow parking. We just don't want to talk to anybody about that because.
And you don't want to park near the front doors of the post office.
Right.
Park in the outer edges of it. No problem.
But I'd like to leave that open for guests who are coming in. That's about 45 parking spots at Longboards. So we'll keep those open for guests and attendees. And if anybody pulls in, it's a full parking lot. We'll go ahead and direct them over to the post office to park in front of that. So excuse me, I think that covers it. Unless anybody's got any more questions.
What are the actual physical needs that you think? You mentioned coolers.
Big coolers. We need Jay, you have a. what's
I'm
that
gonna drop
water
a
hose?
cooler off, I'll bring it Friday night.
Okay, what about a water hose?
Chop.
Sorry, Dick.
I have one too.
Okay.
Cool.
Jay, you got water hose? You got a water hose?
Somewhere probably.
Was it yours last year we used?
Did y'all, was there one in the,
Storage.
okay. I have a water hose.
We've got a couple, I mean, we can
Yeah.
put them together. We've got-
I got 150 footer.
Yeah.
Anything's fine. An extension cord, I mean, that's the other thing. we're gonna
Okay.
need.
See ya.
Thanks, Jay. Appreciate it, Jay.
Bye, Dave.
Bye, Jay. See ya.
DJ.
Overall, we're in good shape. It's been a long 3 months coming, a lot of planning. Barbara, thank you for all your help. Yeah, it's just Eli, he's been great. So a lot of people have been involved here in one way or another. Stan, thank you. Keeping me on track. Hey, did you do this? Did you do that? So it takes a lot of people to do this. You know, and we just pull together and make sure it gets done. And hopefully it goes off well and we can make some money and throw it right back into the community. So that's all I've got, guys.
One other question.
Yes, sir.
Are we doing the gift bag things?
Yeah, swag bags, we put
Yeah.
those together this morning. We're waiting for some more things to go in them,
All
but
right,
yeah,
great.
we'll probably have at least, what do you say, Dave, about 100 of those? Yeah, so we've got Rotary information in them, we've got visitor bureau information in them, we've got the more than one stickers in them. It's a cute little bag. It's
Right,
got that
yeah.
big, but everything fits in it. And we'll probably just lay them out on one of the registration tables and whoever wants to take one will take one. So yeah, so we've got the swag bags.
Cool.
sorted. Anything else? It's gonna be a fun Saturday, no doubt. And to all you can make it, thank you very much. And yeah, looking forward to it, really looking forward to it. And thank you, Diane, the weather's gonna be good. I'm holding you to it. I'm holding you to it. So,
I think that's what.
You have one job,
The weather.
I wanna, can we say something about the dimensional walk? I know
I texted Jamie and asked her to call you about the QR code.
about, okay, all right, great. I know we're gonna do this on Saturday morning, being the fact that we are a diamond sponsor for the Alzheimer's Walk. I would love to see somebody just show up there for a photo. So if anybody's out and about, on Saturday, or you're not gonna be attending on Saturday, but you can swing by, the Outer Banks Growing Station for a photo out. You know, we really went above and beyond this year, as members to pull together, a huge.
What time is that?
What time is it?
Registration starts at 9 and walks at 10. And we'll be out of there, by 11:30 at the latest, in time to get to the walk, to the Oink Oyster at 12.
So I'd love to see at least one or two Rotarians, at least for a photo op for the diamond sponsorship. You'll probably get a t-shirt too, right?
I've got them in the car if you want one.
Yeah. Good.
Great.
All right, guys, see you on Saturday morning. That's awesome.
All right, 50-50.
Let's do 50-50. How much did you say, Lori? 100, right? Look at you.
So a total of what we have in it?
Six,
Everybody accountable.
610 today.
That was mine, right?
No, a little thing. All right. All right. You can draw your own if you want. If you want to call that out, and we'll draw two more, give away some.
One ticket.
Oh, I told you.
Oh, you didn't.
Stan.
Engine 934.
All right.
That's what you?
Oh, my goodness. Stan, aren't you glad I didn't listen to Stan?
Who's as close to the camera?
All right, the next winner.
Would you like to cut that down?
056.
Why not?
056.
No, I didn't.
56.
What? Is that mine or yours?
They're not marked.
Hey, 420058.
058.
What was it,
We
Dick?
get to go one more week.
Sorry, Dick.
Space. Huh? Going another one? Okay.
I get into the sunlight once in a while.
420855.
8:55.
That's mine.
Alrighty.
About damn time.
Your odds are pretty good, Stan.
It doesn't make that much difference, you know? I just hate when they're two covered. I don't know. That's $10. I think there is. I don't know. You have to have calculus. Yeah. I gave it down. Got any movie tickets?
Yes, actually.
It's the only thing we use. I got a pile of coupons at home.
Turn them and bring them for it. There you go, my dear.
Thank you.
Bring them for the, if you don't use those, bring them for them.
Yeah.
I'll give these to the wife. Friend.
Good.
Yeah, he's like.
That's all right, I'll be willing.
All right, guys. That's it.
That's it.
David, good to see David Neal. Good to see you. Thank you for joining us. It was a pleasure. David Manaski.
David Vanaski.
Yep. Thank you for coming.
Yeah.
Good to see you. See you on Saturday. You're welcome anytime. I'll see you Friday. That'd be great. Perfect. Friday evening. Yep. That'd be great. Bobby, good to see you. Matt, good to see you. Let's go ahead and end the meeting with our four-way test of the things we think, say, and do.
Is it the truth? Is it
Fair.
Will it be beneficial to all concerned and
Will it
be fun?
And our motto from Rotary?
Service above self.
Thank you all. Great meeting.
Good to see you here, Dave.
Cause it's pretty cool once we get the big roll.
Yeah.
Saturday morning.
Yep. It's nice to open those smokers up and see all that.
I'm looking forward to it.
Matt,
Yes, sir.
do you, or can you give me a recommendation on somebody that does wills? We need to get ours done. Do you do it?
Yes. Can I write her name down for you? This
Yeah.
gal's a specialist. Lawyers can't call themselves specialists. unless they have credentials. She's on Southern Shores.
Yeah.
In Juniper Trail.
Okay.
Hook. She's with the Hook, out of Virginia, but she's in North Carolina.
Okay, great.
Certified.
I appreciate that. Yes, sir. Really good to see you.
I'm gonna see you. And I'll have Wednesday with you, while I'll be science and I'll be. here.